Welcome. Thursday, May 23, 2019. Good evening, everyone. Dave here. It's time for Let's Have a Chat. Didn't have one yesterday because I didn't plan for it, but we'll catch up next week. Don't worry about it. It'll be there. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by. This is Let's Have a Chat, Thursday edition, and Thursday is leadership topic, principles, leadership traits, leadership tips, leadership tricks. There is no trick to leadership. It's all 100% no matter what you do. But there are things you can do to kind of, move things along. I look a little stuffy because the tie kind of thing, I guess. It just looks like I was wearing a tie. So good evening, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. So today what I want to talk about, if you're not prepared to hear it, I suggest you turn it off and don't look back. But if you're prepared to hear it, it's the truth because it's part of leadership. It's part of leadership, and it's part that catches people. It's the part that catches people in a sense of they cannot fake it. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking ownership of your actions. You can't fake that. You cannot fake that. And that's why I'm saying, if you don't want to hear it, now's the time to turn this off. So turn it off. Just hit the X. Go away. But here's what I got to say about that, and that's why we're talking about leadership traits, principles, and this is one big one. You have to take ownership of your actions. You're the leader. You want to be up on top. You want to be the one that everybody turns to. You want to be the one that everybody respects. Well, guess what? You have to take ownership of your actions. You did it or you did not do it. It doesn't matter. You own up to it. It is that simple. You have to own up to it. You have to lay claim to what you didn't do, what you failed to do, and what you did do. So, it works that way. That's just the way it is. Because when you stand up and you own it, people start turning to you and start saying, okay, this person is not going to pull any punches. They're going to tell us when they did something or didn't do something. And trust me, folks, you start off that way and you start living that way and you start believing that way and you start acting that way and behaving that way, when people will come to you and say, hey, did you do that? Well, you can honestly say yes or no. You're not pulling punches. So again, that's what happens. So that's what I'm getting at. Now we're going to go deeper. So again, here's your opportunity to leave this video. Hit the X because you're not going to like it. And I'm talking about those that are faking it. You cannot fake it. You're going to get caught. It's that simple. You're going to get caught. Passing the blame on others, you're going to get caught. Blaming others for your actions or inactions or ineptitude, you're going to get caught. See, because you can't do it. You're going to get caught, because if you're just going to blame somebody else, it's going to fall back on you. Well, who was blaming you? You. So passing the blame on others is nonsense. Take the hit. Take the hit. You did something wrong, you take the hit. Instead of making others bear the brunt of the punishment that's supposed to be given to you when you do something wrong. Because it's going to be worse on you once you get caught. And trust me, you're going to get caught. So, as someone who is a leader or who wants to be a leader or who wants to be seen as a leader, guess what? Those kinds of games of blaming others are long gone. It should never come to your mind. Don't even think about bringing them to your mind. Because guess what? It doesn't matter where you are in the organizational structure. Having that kind of mindset says you don't belong in that organizational structure. You don't belong there. So, who are those that have that mindset? Well, they're the weak ones. They're the ones that are supposed to be, they want to be the leader, they want to be the manager, they want to be out front, and they're supposed to be looking out for the people they lead. They're supposed to be taking care of the people they lead. Manage. They should be looking out for their best interests. But instead, well, let's just put it this way. When you allow yourself to let those that you lead, those you manage, those that you're supposed to be taking care of, those that cannot care for themselves or defend themselves, and you stand there and you allow something bad to happen to them because you don't want to get hurt, well, guess what? You're going to get hurt, because that's the way it's going to happen. It's going to come crashing back down on you. Because one, you don't deserve the title of leader, of manager, of whatever you appointed yourself as. You just can't do it. Those days are gone. You're no longer a child. You're now an adult. And I know some people, well, they don't mature until they're 23. It doesn't matter. You put yourself in a position of leadership. You put yourself in a management position, whether you wanted to do it or not. You're there. Those that go ahead and let others get hurt because they don't want to bear the blame, they don't want to accept responsibility, they don't want to take the hit, those are cowards. Those are hypocrites. That's someone who has no place managing, let alone considering themselves as leaders. And folks, they are out there. There are tons of those people out there. I mean, I've ran into them all my life. I'm more than sure you have somebody like that in your life, or somebody that you ran into in your life, a previous boss, previous somebody who abused their power because, well, they didn't know better. Nonsense. They knew better because, again, they got away with it for so long. And then when they get held accountable to it, what do? Turn tail and run, stick their head in the sand, and what have you got? You got no resolution because they refuse. They refuse to accept responsibility. It's not too late to accept responsibility. You can you take ownership of that anytime. So leaders, don't let it get in your head. Leaders, the only thing that should be in your head is you step up and you accept it 100% of the time, all the time, 24/7. The people you're supposed to take care of, the people you're supposed to be looking out for, they should see that you're taking the hit because you owned up to it, because it's your responsibility, not because you were afraid of getting punished, not because you were afraid of this happening to you, so you're going to let it happen to somebody else, especially to somebody who can't protect themselves, who can't defend themselves, can't stand up for themselves. Seriously, that's weak. So folks, don't let it get into your head. Don't even think about it. You want to be a leader, you want to step up, you want to be in charge, you accept it 100% of the time. You take accountability, you take responsibility. It's your actions. They're yours. It's just that simple. Folks, my name's Dave. It's Thursday evening, May 23rd, 2019. We've been talking about leadership, and we've been talking about accepting responsibility for your actions. Take them 100% of the time. It's not negotiable. You can't just pick and choose 100% of the time. Folks, thanks for joining me. Join me again tomorrow night. It's Forbes Friday. We're going to close out the week. Have a great one, and I will talk to you soon.